Hi, my name is Nicolas, and I would like to present you a module to build your own modules. Yeah, and this is the name, Icinga Web 2 Module Scaffold Builder. And yeah, who of you has built a model before, a module before? Right, great. How was it? Pain in the ass. Sorry. Okay, let's start with the agenda. About me, my name is Nicolas. In the forum, you know me by More Amazing Nick, and I work in monitoring since 2021. And I studied medical computer science, and yeah, I use the YE framework a lot, and it's PHP, and it's great. The username, it's from a quiz app, and on GitHub, Amazing Nick was already taken, so it's More Amazing Nick. And so why? The YE framework provides a beautiful CRUD generator named G. So you can just create your database, and then you click and click and click, and you get models, views, and controllers. It's great. You can start with the actual work. Okay, so I created a database using migrations. I can create the database using like MySQL inserts, and then I have something like this. Ready to use, import, and yeah. And you know, Nicolas, he's the creator from the Grafana module, and there's a quote in his README like this module borrows a lot from. And I also started like that. I used other modules, and I messed up big with the namespaces. And we should prevent those copy and paste mistakes in classes, forms, and of course namespaces. And the idea was to create a module automatically. And there are a lot of things to automate. Like that is from the training module, and you have a lot of folders and standard PHP files, and you can create them all by hand, or yeah, use this module later. Okay, and the other idea is provide some implementation examples. And the first implementation was with Python, and it was just the folder structure and the basic PHP files, and yeah, it's okay, but I was still unsatisfied because there was more to do. And the actual module, when it used this Python script to create a module named Scaffold Builder, and upload this to my Icinga Web 2 instance, and then rewrite all this functionality in PHP, and use something like that. The Icinga CLI to create a module by name. Or create a module with configs. And you can also create a basic theme, because modules can also have themes. And so what's there? The CLI functionality, because we write into the user share Icinga Web 2 folder, and VVData doesn't like that. They create a module based on almost any name, and create a super basic theme where you can insert your light theme things and your dark theme things. And you get all the directories ready, and having a basic IndexController, so you know how you start to present content. You have your menu items ready, and of course the namespaces are right. And all the important config files, and you get multiple IniRepositories, because everyone needs something to put content in, and IniRepositories are great for a database replacement in Icinga Web 2. And you also get a module config to configure your module for just some basic form fields. And you get a generic documentation, because starting with documentation is also very annoying, but then you can use that and insert your content on all the generic pieces. And what are the limitations? You can't name a module mode, identifier, data, or repository. Just to mention that, because it's not in the documentation. That's an issue. And you also cannot name a field in your IniRepository mode identifier data or repository. It breaks things, don't do it. Yeah. And some troubles I had, the original name was modulebuilder, and there was a problem with the CLI, so Icinga module enable didn't work anymore. I think it's fixed now. And, well, I don't want to rename it yet, so, because of namespaces. Yeah, and this module borrows a lot from Icinga Web 2 module, Elasticsearch, because of this grid view, and the X509 module with the list view. And what do I want? I have this great quote. And the great part about Icinga Web 2 is with modules, you can extend it in any way to fit your needs. And you can learn from others. You take other modules, copy and paste something, and hope it works. And yeah, you should later share the work, because after all, it's all GPL, and it provides examples for others. Yeah, so what I want is a contribution, not only from me, but from others. If you write a module with this module builder, scaffold builder, try to upload it on GitHub or something. And you can also provide some other implementation, like for SQL or other code snippets you need often, or any other ideas. You can download it on GitHub like in an hour or so. And now the demo. Ja, das war jetzt gescheit. You can use like any name, any idea. Icinga Camp. And Icinga Camp, of course, needs some tables, like anything you want to configure. Users and stuff. And then you get the module Icinga Camp. And it's there. You can enable it. And there it is. You get the old IndexController with the view files. You can have the new IndexControllers with no view files. Or you have this great forms where you can put your stuff and something else. It's like the list view from X09 and the grid view from Elasticsearch module. Yeah, and later you can download your module, like using new folder. Icinga Camp. Is it wrong? This one. And you can change all these things. You can also adapt your IniRepositories with other columns, change everything you want, and also adapt the forms, just like before when you copy it from another module, because this is taken from Elasticsearch module. Okay, and the last thing was the documentation, because documentation is also important. The Icinga Camp documentation. About this module, well, yeah, this module has the ability to, let's fill it out. Or having the installation description ready. Or getting the module configuration and put something in, having pictures, the tables for describing the form fields, and some, yeah. some usage information. Yeah, and I think that's it. That's the scaffold builder. Yeah. Any questions? Pardon? Well, you have to look into the Icinga DB or monitoring module implementation, and you can do it exactly like there. Because that's the part where your idea starts. But maybe that's some example someone can provide.
Do we have any more questions for Nicolas? All right. In that case, thank you very much, Nicolas.